All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim, HaKakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. And as you see the title of this article, it says Federal Reserve's digital dollar push worries Wall Street. And this article came out a couple of days ago. And so today's date being March 26, 2021. And as you see, the article came out March 22nd. 2021, and as going into the push to the new world, all right, which is going to be everything digitalized, all right, also which that's going to include you, all right, and going into the Internet of Things, how this whole new world system is going to be involved with the digitalization of pretty much existence as a whole, all right. So starting with the financial system, all right, everything else is already connected. You have your TV. All right, people have microwaves and refrigerators connected to the internet. Your phones obviously connected to the internet. Your cars connected to the internet. All right, this again going to the Internet of Things. All right, now what you see, the governments, these federal governments, all right, are starting to step in and push forth their digital currency. They let these other companies have their run. All right, Bitcoin right now being, the most popular. All right, and it's around the world. I remember I did an article through the Spirit by YAHAWASHI not so long ago about India banning Bitcoin in their country. So all it takes is a decree for these other, digital currencies to be outlawed, and these governments push forth their new world currency. All right, and it's all tying into the new world order. And let me just go ahead and get started. Got a precept. This is Habakkuk, chapter 2. And I'll just start at the top of verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So, the Lord, dealing with his people, he sets up watchmen, all right, to watch over them and warn them of things that are to come, all right, blowing the trumpet, all right, so that people can discern the times that they're in, all right. So going to the house of Israel, which is you so-called neighbors, Latinos, Native Americans, Lord, through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, raised up prophets, speaking of our apostles and on down, to warn you of the impending danger that's approaching the four corners of this world, all right, because this is not our rest. Okay, read the book of Micah, and they'll tell you that this is not our place of rest. This place will leave you sorely destroyed. You have to depart from this place, because this kingdom as a whole, all right, as it's been established, is to be an example of what not to be, all right, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, all right. This judgment that's coming is going to be far worse than any recorded history on earth, okay. Worse than the times of Noah and the flood, worse than the time we were in Egypt and in Moses, okay, and so on and so forth with our captivities, all right. But it seems like, because it says, 1 Thessalonians 5th chapter says, when they shall say peace and safety, all right, it looks like everything's normal, going back to normal, but that's you being deceived, okay, and a lot of our people are going to be deceived and be destroyed, right. But those that take heed to the prophets, all right, they're going to save their soul, all right. But here, Habakkuk 2, verse 2, it says, and the Lord Yahawah, Hashem Yahushua answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay, that's why Yahushua said, blessed is he that readeth. Why? Because these words are faithful and true. Okay, they're all set. Read the next verse for an appointed time. All right, when the time comes, it's going to be not negotiable, okay, or debatable, because this is what prophecy is. Okay, the unadulterated truth. Okay, all right, and as the times pretty much we're getting closer and closer to that day, all right, all the gainsayers and the scoffers and the jokes, all right, and the slick remarks, all right, and ultimately all our enemies, they're going to be found liars, okay, and we're going to, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, they're going to be found true. All right, verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay, going into our apostles and elders on down, they've been warning people about the agenda of this wicked man, okay, going into Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and these other heathen nations that joined together hand in hand to make a confederacy, all right, pretty much make a team, all right. Read Psalm 3rd chapter, okay, but going into this setup, okay, going into the beast, all right, going into the ultimate, the fourth beast, all right, this kingdom, all right, with NATO and the EU, all right, again, going to the power structure, and then the horses on top of the beast, being so-called America, all right, this is their plans, all right. They want to make a new world agenda, and it involves, all right, this financial system, this global economy, being transformed or transferred digitally, okay? Because this devil has it in his mind that he wants to be God on the planet Earth. He's going to create his own world to where he makes all the rules, all right? No one can reprove him, okay? And he can live on forever, all right, in his wickedness, all right? But that's not going to happen, all right? But it looks like it's going to get very close because you people in this world is going right over your heads, okay? That's why Scripture say, if your elect sake, no flesh should be saved. All right, Habakkuk 2 verse 3 said, for the vision is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So it's speaking for itself. That's why, going to the famine of the word, we're going to be removed from the corners. We're not going to be prophesying no more to you people because the prophets are going to speak for themselves, okay? Right now we're speaking for them, trying to warn you, all right? We're speaking to our people first and foremost because this word pertains to you, all right? Other heathen nations, it does not matter, all right? But 2/3 are going to be counted as heathen because why? They don't hear the words of YAHAWASHI and SHAM. Right, says though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, because the time that it's appointed is not gonna, it's not gonna wait for a second. Okay, because again, these things are all been set up by time and chance. All right, so going into, you see in this article that the Federal Reserve, the U.S. government is pushing, their own digital dollar. All right, and it has Wall Street worried because why? Because all these other guys that have their little cryptocurrencies are going to be turned to zero, okay? Just like the dollar's gonna be turned to zero. It's gonna collapse and crash, and this devil is gonna rise through because, there was an article came on in the 80s. Pretty much it was going into a Phoenix. It was, back then it was called the Phoenix coin. They might call it a Phoenix coin, but, it rises from the ashes, okay? This devil gonna collapse his own system and rise up his new world order, all right? But it's not gonna come to pass. He's just gonna commit suicide, right? He's gonna destroy himself. But here it says the financial service industry, braced for what could be the biggest disruption in decades, is about to get an early glimpse at the Federal Reserve's work of a new digital currency. Wall Street is not thrilled. It says, and that's ultimately going into Esau being divided. All right, Satan divided against Satan. That's why this house is not going to stand. Okay, they can't find no agreements. Okay, that's why they're going to go to war with each other. Okay, war here in so-called America. These other Edomite nations are going to war against the Edomites in here in America. Okay, Russian Edomites, European Edomites, so on and so forth, okay? And then ultimately the nations, all right, Moab, China, so on and so forth, all right, North Korea, all right, all the world's going to shoot at the whore, being America. Just banks, credit card companies, and digital payment processors are nervously watching the push to create an electronic alternative to the paper bills Americans carry in their wallets, or what some call a digital dollar and others call a Fed coin. All right, so it's going to go into, I'll just read it. As of July, officials at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and Massachusetts the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. All right, why is it the Massachusetts Institute of Technology? Okay, because going into that mark of the beast. Okay, the RFID microchip. All right, whatever they call it. All right, you put it in your right hand or in your forehead, wherever they place it. Okay, use it to buy and sell. You're going to be destroyed. All right, Jake always want to find some gray area. Okay, prophecy is prophecy. All right, you take this thing, you're going to be destroyed. Read Revelation 14 chapter. It says Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which has been developing prototypes for a digital dollar platform. Okay, it's an infrastructure. All right, this thing does not work unless there's a system backing it up. All right, so this financial system is going to be backed by the government. It's going to be digitalized. Okay, there's not going to be no decentralized. It's going to be centralized. It's always about the elite banking families of Esau. All right, the central banks. They're not going to have a pass on this new world order. Okay, they're going to be fully involved. Okay, they're not going to miss out, in better words, okay, because they're the ones in control. They're not going to forfeit their rulership. They're going to fight against the YAHAWASHI and SHAM. All right, so they're not going to lay down and say, oh, you guys got the technology to make a digital currency, so we're going to give up. No one's going to use our dollar no more. Okay, now we're going to go bankrupt. It's not going to work. Okay, because these banks are, Bank of America. I know they buy, what's it called, Stellar. Okay, XLM. All right, they already buy digital currencies because they know there's going to be a transition. All right, so they're going to use them. The reason why they didn't crash the dollar yet, because they have to use it, all right, to get an advantage, and then they're going to crash the system. Okay, they're going to buy what they need with their freaking paper notes. Okay, until they change the rules. Okay, that's how the devil plays. But I don't want to ramble too much. As a matter of fact, let me grab a precept. I just get Ezekiel 33. Whoops. All right, because what people say, the prophets sound like a broken record, but it was not a broken record. Okay, this is the song we're trying to play to you, but you're not dancing. Okay, we're piping onto you, and you're not dancing. Okay, ultimately you're gonna be dancing when these missiles start raining upon you. So Ezekiel 33:33, it says, when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet been among them. Okay, so in these prophets, they're they could be anybody. Okay, the Lord raises and deals with the lowly. Okay, these could be these men could be your uncle, your cousin, your nephew, your son. Okay, average Joe, so to say. All right, but through the Spirit, the Lord's dealing with that man. Okay, and it's not about the man on the outward appearance, it's about his inward. Okay, and the Lord's dealing with that man. You best believe you take heed. Okay, because it's in your best interest. But if you don't, all right, don't take heed to the warning, the blood's off that servant's hand, the prophet's hand, it's going to be upon your own head. Okay, but the Lord said he doeth nothing. All right, Amos 3. All right, it says here, Amos 3 verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people will not be afraid. Right, and the people aren't afraid now because this kingdom has been so far removed from YAHAWASHI. It's not even a joke. Okay, it's not even funny. Okay, because in the ancient world, when you had Jonah and Nineveh, all right, they put ashes upon their head, they repented. All right, and Jonah got upset because he thought the Lord was going to destroy Nineveh in 40 days, but Nineveh repented. Eventually, they got destroyed. All right, but you know what? When Samuel stepped into the city, okay, comest thou peaceably. Okay, when people see the prophets now, they have no idea because they're spiritually discerned. They don't have a spiritual bone in their body. Okay, they're ultimately spiritually wicked. All right. But here, Amos 3:6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and people not be afraid. Okay, when the trumpet is blown, you're supposed to be afraid. Okay, because what? War's coming, trouble's coming. All right, we've been blowing the trumpet. Speaking of our apostle nails on down for decades. Okay, and that build up, that momentum, all right, of the going into the misuse of the prophets. Okay, giving them hell. Okay, that's gonna turn into an even worse judgment. Okay. All right, but here, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahawah, Bashem shall have not done it. So the Lord did all these things. Okay, He's always been there. Yahawah, He exists. He is. All right. So everything that's been playing out here on the earth or in existence as a whole, He had His hand in it. Okay. So if there's evil done in the city, all right, the Lord is not like, oh, what happened here? Okay, He's in control of everything. He killeth, He make alive. He wounds, He heals. Okay, So, when these things start coming to pass, which is going to be evil, the time of, going into wounds that desire the day of the Lord, right? It's darkness, okay? The day of the Lord is not a fun day, okay? It's the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, we're going to be in a solemn spirit, okay? We're coming to the time of the Passover, okay? When we were in Egypt, leaving Egypt, okay, we weren't giddy, okay? It was some tough times, okay? Before we were delivered, of course, all right? And after then the joy came and, praising the Lord, but we have to go through this hour, okay, of temptation. All right, we have to get through it, right? So, you people, playing around in a folly mindset, ultimately you being blinded, you're going to be a deer in the headlights, okay? Verse 7 says, surely the Lord Yahawah will do nothing, but He revealeth His secrets unto His servants and prophets, okay? And His servants have the fear on them, okay? The servants of YAHAWASHI have the fear because the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, okay? So, these things being revealed unto His servants, these men move with fear, just like, it says in Hebrews about, Noah, he moved with fear, okay? Ultimately, the faith, these things are mixed together, right? These are gifts, okay? And the fear and the faith was given to the faithful in the womb. So they've been given the tools and the things needed to pretty much pass this time we're coming into, and be delivered, okay? That's how the Lord works, all right? He's for us, all right, if we believe on to the end. But, read some of this article, and I'll probably grab one more. Something pop up. But here, this is as soon as July, officials at the Federal Bank of Boston and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which have been developing prototypes for digital platform, plan to unveil the research, said James Kuna, whatever, who leads the project for the Boston Fed. All right, so these things will be revealed, all right, or unveiled, okay? And that's what we're doing. We're telling you what this devil is going to do, all right? There's he has no power because his secrecy is taken from him. Okay, that's why he's going to have to come down with that great wrath. Okay, because he knows that he has but a short time. When the gig is up, right, then he's just going to release and rage. Okay, but he's ultimately be caught in his own snare. Okay, so the digital currency could fundamentally change the way Americans use money, leading some financial firms to lobby the Fed and Congress to slow its creation, or at least ensure they're not cut out. Right. So that's heavy, because that's why you people are going to fold and give into this new world order. You're going to bow the knee. and worship this devil, okay? Because you want to be a part of this world so bad, all right? You don't want to be left out. What the FOMO, fear of missing out, okay? So you people are going to be lined up for that chip, just like Jake lines up for Jordans, okay? You look at our people now, or our people in general, how long they line up to take this jab, okay? And it's still a structural society, okay? People, at risk of losing their jobs, but not to the magnitude of when this chip is going to be made mandatory, okay? It says you cannot, says he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive the mark, all right? And you cannot buy or sell save he that had the mark, okay? So you feeling like you're going to be left out, you're going to take this chip, okay? But the elect are not going to be deceived because this world's going to be destroyed. The last, little breath of false insecurity you're going to receive is going to be to your detriment, okay? Because you've been deceived, all right? It says, seeing the threat to their profits, the bank's main trade group has told Congress the digital dollar isn't needed, while payment companies like Visa and MasterCard are trying to work with central banks to make sure the new currencies can be used on their networks, okay? Because this is the system, okay? They're all going to come together, going to join as one, okay? The new world order, okay? The one world order, okay? They're all going to join together, okay? So everyone is afraid that you could disrupt all the incumbent players with the whole new form of payment. And this is what the devil does. Again, he changes the rules, okay? Just like he did with the gold standard, okay, with FDR. All right, everybody had to turn in their gold and their silver, okay? And you have to use this paper, okay? So the same with this chip, okay? That's pretty much it, man. I mean, let me see. The fire has been lit. That's right, okay? We'll laugh and be already kindled, right? So here you go. Here you go. The race to digital currency, all right? Yep, it says Bahamas launched a digital currency called the Sand Dollar 2020. All right, Brazil expects digital real to enter circulation in 2022. So we're really close, okay? We're really close to something big. This is next year. We're in 2021. All right, and the Lord's going to speed things up, okay? Making the day short for elect's sake, all right? Venezuela in 2018 launched the digital petro, all right, backed by oil, okay? Look at this stuff. This is real, all right? But all you people playing games, okay, pretty much in La La Land, you're in for a rude awakening, okay? Enjoy this last season of sin, okay? But get ready, like they say, to meet your maker, all right? But that's pretty much the point. I quoted some scriptures, and grab some, of course, the Spirit probably got about some shy, but matter of fact, grab one more. This is Jeremiah 28 verse 8 says, the prophet that have been before me and before thee of old both prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms and against great kingdoms of war and evil of pestilence. All right, so this is just a lot of prophet. The spirit of prophet is subject unto the prophet. Okay, they're not reinventing nothing new. There's no new thing under the sun. The prophets prophesy what? Against many countries, against kingdoms of war, evil, and of pestilence. Okay, and this time is no different. Okay, how does the most wickedest kingdom ever on the earth that has not one prophet? Okay, come on, man. Okay, every kingdom had prophets. Okay, and many false prophets. Okay, because there's many false prophets out here. And this is what YAHAWASHI warned us about. Okay, but we're not worried about them. Okay, because they're going to be destroyed. Okay, we're ultimately worried about sincere sheep. All right, but here Jeremiah 28 verse 9 says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord YAHAWAH truly sent him. Okay, so us prophesying the gospel, the good news. All right, this is the peace. The Lord gave us his word, okay, and ultimately gave us YAHAWASHI, okay, the mediator, okay, that's what we're proclaiming, okay, telling you that you turn back to YAHAWASHI or you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, what scripture say? Kiss the son, lest he be angry. Okay, lest Yahweh be angry. Okay, everybody wants to skip over YAHAWASHI. Okay, again, coming the time to Passover. All right, you think YAHAWASHI forgot about you people talking about let your blood be upon us and our children? All right, well, guess what? Okay, you're gonna get what you asked for. Okay, but going into the word of prophet coming to pass, then it's gonna be known who the Lord sent him. Okay, because the testimony of our Lord, it's like the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, if you're not prophesying, okay, really, if you're giving your own vain prophecy and not comes to pass, you're gonna be found a liar. Okay, so a lot of people out here again are gonna be found liars, but the elect of Yahweh are gonna be found true, and those will be part of that number. All right, so with that, those will be edifying. As those will give all praise to Yahweh Shai, Barashim Kodash, double on Steels and False Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole of Israel. Shalom.